first. Wow. How are you? How's it going, Anya? Let's make some coffee. Ooh, oh my gosh. This almost fell on me. That was crazy. I gotta tell you guys, my arm is still sore from that vaccine, which is like, fine, whatever. Kid's homesick today. Oh no, poor sweetie. Only one? Oh, just one. Well, I guess that's better than all three, right? I take the good with the bad, I suppose, right? Is it like big sick or just like, meh? Oh, jeez. I am clumsy today, apparently. Hey, Liz. Yeah, it is no joke. It still hurts. It does. I'm not gonna lie. It does hurt. But, you know, I mean, like, obviously I know it needed to be done, but that doesn't take away from my complainy pants about it. Good morning. Yeah, no, I mean, it had to be done, right? Like, there was no question about that. That's not even, like, whatever, but, you know, it just doesn't feel great. It's not my favorite feeling, I won't lie. Especially because I have such a needle phobia, you know? It's just one of those things that you have to do and you have to get over it, you know? I'm in love with today's slime. I'm glad. That's so funny because, like, today's slime hasn't really been your texture for a while, Liz, but I'm glad you love it. What color trim did you get, if you don't mind me asking? They were all different. Everybody got different ones today. I think, if I'm remembering what slime it is correctly. Like blue, white, if I remember right. I don't know. Anyway. I am surprised, Liz, because that has not been your texture for a really long time. Really long time. Coffee smells good, you guys. I need it to live. I do. Becca is making the rounds with the live for all the peoples who needs it. It's true. It's the perfect amount of texture for me. Good. Yeah, it's the scent that does it, of course. Of course, it's a very popular scent. Very popular. Very popular. Jack, thank you for the genetics lesson. I read through that and I was like, whoa. What are you doing, machine? Okay, calm down. My coffee machine just decided it wanted to, like, have a moment. But I would prefer if it didn't have a moment. I would prefer if instead it just did what it's supposed to do, which is just make us coffee. That's literally its only job. It has one job. Make coffee. Make coffee. Yeah, she is. Thinking about it, I lost it. I beat the reminder from Becca. You did. I think you actually beat Becca into the room. Nikki, I saw your message about the pizza and I totally thought the same thing. I was like, I can't imagine that, like, bringing or like ordering in a pizza for the nurses that help us with our baby in the hospital would be better than like individually packaged stuff, because like I said, it's just going to be a little bit messy and like everyone's going to be touching it, and then only the people who are there right when it arrives get it warm. And like if you have individually packaged snacks or like cute things, like I bought lip balms and hair ties and things like that, and like I'm gonna bring slime, like that stuff's for everybody because I can put some aside. You're busy watching Lush videos. Oh, I love Lush videos. I can put some aside like in a little bag for the night shift to make sure that the day shift doesn't take everything before the night shift comes and stuff like that. With pizza, you can't do that. You can't just like put pizza aside. I don't know. Anyway, that's my whole diatribe on the pizza thing. Uh-oh, Anya, what's going on? Ooh, look at that. Whoa, what a coffee. What a coffee. I'll order pizza for my unit on a tough night so we have something to... Yeah, but I feel like that's different because, like, you guys are all in the same place at the same time. You need to fix your lineup. You have 3 people in a private... Thank you, Ray. I'll do that after this. I totally forgot that it's a new week and I need to do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will do that when the live is over. Yikes, that is scary for me. I need to fix it. Someone needs to remind me when I'm not on live. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my lineup is a mess. I would have eventually checked. Football's not till tomorrow. It's fine. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. This is the nicest fantasy league in the world. It's true, we are in the nicest. Do you have a Fable account? I downloaded the app. I haven't had time to look at it. I know Liz made us a book club thing for it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, mentally, I am at capacity right now. So I haven't had time to look into any new things, although everyone has told me about Fable and I did download it. I just haven't had time to make an account and go in there and do the stuff because I'm tapped mentally. I have no space left for anything to do, which is on me. But is there a way to send more long form thank you message? I got my mystery slime and I cry. Oh, don't cry. Oh, don't cry. I don't want you to cry. I want you to be happy. You can import all your information so you don't have to do it. That is good. My voice is too soothing. That's only because you love me. Oh, it's a good cry. Okay, well, we like a good cry. I mean, you can always email me if you need to, but it's the last week to get those running boys running. Wait, is that true? Wait, rewind. What do you mean it's the last week? What does that mean, Amanda? This is the last week of football? Playoffs are next week already? I did not know that. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know that. Shows what I know, right? Which is apparently nothing. So delicious. Not for forever, you guys. Okay. So, welcome to book club. I just got coffee on my sweatshirt. Good job, Sasha. That's what you needed to do today. Yes, because we can't do actual playoffs because not everyone goes to the real playoffs. Oh, it's like fake playoffs for fantasy, not real playoffs in the actual thing. That's why I was confused, because I was like, isn't the Super Bowl not till February? Our baby's supposed to be born before the Super Bowl, so it's definitely not Super Bowl time, that's for darn sure. What is the book club name if I can join? Liz is the holder of the book club stuff. Thank you. This sweatshirt was a gift from Becca. Liz is the holder of all Fable Things book club. She has a link I bet she can share. I tried to get the healthy breakfast option of eggs and Jonathan ate my eggs. That's funny. You and I are both 7'6", Sasha. Yikes. It's gonna be rough for us, Sophie. I can post the link maybe after Liz gives it to me again and reminds me. I can put it in my link tree. I don't remember. I'm not going to lie. Oh, by the way, P has a C diff. What does that mean? What's a C diff? Am I supposed to know what that means? Oh, the nurses know what that means. What does it mean? I don't know what that is. Bad bacteria. Okay. All of the people who work in science know what that means, and then there's me over here. Preston has a C. diff, and that's why we're in the hospital. Okay, Mom knows what that is. My child ruined my favorite slime, and the mystery slime was close enough. That's amazing. What a lovely coincidence, right? I love that. I'm sorry that your child ruined your favorite slime. What was it? What was your favorite slime that got ruined? I am in the business of recreating people's favorite slimes now, apparently. That is something that I have had requested of me. So I do, I recreated a slime that a kid made in an app, which was pretty fun. We had a good time doing that. Clostridium. Ooh, that sounds like not fun. Yeah, I didn't know what a C. diff was, but now I know. One of the Lock, Shock, and Barrels from Halloween 2023. Oh my gosh, which one? That's so cute. I've been making the Lock, Shock, and Barrel trio, you guys, for like 5 years now. Is that crazy to think about? It's a deficiency. Oh, okay. It's not fun. It's a weakened immune system and kidney transplant. Oh, yeah, Amanda. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's not good. Yes, mom hates autocorrect. I think a lot of people hate. You know what I have to actually say? I think autocorrect is getting worse. Does anyone feel like autocorrect is getting worse? Raise your hand if you think that autocorrect is getting worse. They always called her in book club, Ray. This is the other thing. So you know how all of the phones and all of the apps now are trying to introduce that stupid AI thing, and you can't turn it off, and it like tries to AI out what it thinks you're gonna say. Instead, it used to be that you'd have to tap to like engage that, and now it just does it automatically. And I'm like, that's not what I was saying. That's not even close to what I was trying to say. Why are you doing this to us? Like, I didn't want it. I'm fine to type my own message. I don't need AI's help. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I'll type my own message. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't like it. And I wish that they would give us a way to turn it off. Yeah, it changes correctly spelled words to a different word. And I'm like, that's not what I was saying. Like, it's not even close. And you make me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about because you're dummy-dums. And I don't like it. And I'm mad. Yeah. Secret Husband told me the other day that perhaps our daughter is going to grow up to fight AI on behalf of all the artists. And I'm like, I like that. And then Kat told me that our baby's name, like her full name, sounds like a girl who grows up to be a hacker. And I was like, it works. She's going to be a hacker and she's going to hack the AI and take them down. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with her taking down AI. She can do that. If she wants to become a hacker and take down AI, we're okay with that. Yeah, maybe we'll write that for our next book. Yeah, I have too many books in the can. I can guarantee I've never met exactly, Amanda. But like, that's even just like the obvious one. Everyone can like parse out what you're saying, at least there. But like, there's some where they change it to another word and I'm like, what was I even saying now that I look at it? You know what I mean? There's somewhere it will change a word from a very common word to a less common word. And I'm like, when was that ever what it was gonna be? When? Why are you doing this? Let's just all type our own messages and call it a day. You know? I don't need their help. And honestly, I don't want it. Voice to text when you're driving is, yeah. You guys, my friend Tamra, I wish she was on right now so she could hear me say this. Last night, she decided to voice text me like a paragraph of something, and I only got half of it. I was reading it, and I was like, thank you, I'll see you soon. I was like, I don't know what you're trying to say to me. Like, I was just like, I don't know what she was trying to say. I was just in a state of confusion. From the voice message, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna pretend I know what she's talking about. And I was like, okay. Is there a reason that Wade from Ember and Wade becomes melty pants every time? It's just the nature of that. That slime's pretty old at this point. Was it doing that like in the beginning, or just is that like something that happens now? Because it is pretty old. How long has it been since we made that slime? Almost a year, right? A suggestion I googled. Yeah, exactly. You can Google it. Yeah. So any kind of clear slime, once it's been activated and reactivated and played with and reactivated enough times, the bonds just are so weak. you know? So what I would suggest doing with that slime, if you want to like really revive it, is make a separate batch of new clear slime, or you can buy one of my revival minis if you don't like to make your own. Some people like to make their own, some people don't, so no judgment either way. And then add a new bit of clear slime to it and it'll happen less likely. What's basically happening is that the bonds in that slime are just so old and weak from back and forth and back and forth. That's what it is, basically. It happens to all of them, except for like cloud types. Yeah, and it's pretty normal, Lizzie, but you can fix it. Or we can just remake it. You know what I mean? At this point, it's almost kind of like, what are you gonna do, right? Sorry, I have the hiccups, always. All right, let's get to reading because that's what we're actually here for. We are here for reading day. Time. In case anyone doesn't know, tonight is Roll for Slime After Dark on the Use of Tubes. We are on chapter 20, if you can believe that. We are 57% through this book so far, and we are going to start the day as we start every day in this book with a little poem from our narrator. So, narration poem. Cole stumbled around, chest puffed, with a smile so pleasant, for Christmas came early, her lips a tasty present. He was floating around, his feet never touching the ground, as he smiled, shook hands, and waved to the Kringles in town. And then he tended to the reindeer, his expression laced with glee. And now, Snow Daddy grinned, I must decorate a tree. Cole. Hey, what are you doing out here? Max asks as he sticks his axe into the tree trunk he uses for chopping. I need a tree, I say. You what? He asks. I need a tree, I repeat. He tugs on his ear and laughs. You know what? I thought you just said you needed a tree. That's exactly what I said. I need a tree. He doesn't move. He doesn't blink. Sorry, what? Max, don't make this a thing, okay? I just need a tree. So if you could just help me for what? He asks. For my house? He shifts, looking very confused. I don't blame him. He used to urge me to get a tree for the holidays, but after a few years he knew that he was fighting a losing battle. My mom and I used to decorate the tree every year together, even when I thought it was uncool. Are you saying that you are in the market for a Christmas tree? I am, and if you're gonna make a big deal about it, then I'm gonna go somewhere else for my tree needs. No, he says quickly. You've come to the right place. Just let me get my bearings first. He takes a deep breath and then shakes his head. A tree. He makes eye contact. Does this have anything to do with her? You never finished telling me what happened last night. Nothing to talk about, I say. Cole, if you're coming to me for a Christmas tree, there's a lot to talk about. So why don't we hike up to the field, find you a nice pine, and you tell me what the heck is going on. Normally I would just say something like this to myself, but I really want this tree and he has the axe, and therefore I guess it's time to start a conversation. But where do I start? Thankfully, Max starts for me. So, last you told me things had changed and you were looking at her a little differently. Care to fill in the blanks? I lead the way and Max falls in line. The trail to the trees is shoveled as much as can be. The team is constantly laying down dirt to help with the slipping, but honestly it just turns into mud. It's why we always suggest wearing boots or shoes that you don't mind getting dirty while you're visiting. And thanks to the fresh flurries from yesterday, the untouched pines that surround the farm are covered in snow. The wind is blowing up puffs of it every so often. Yeah, honestly, it was a sort of mature conversation that I really wasn't expecting, I say. We talked about how we felt when we were younger, how we feel now, and well... I pause, knowing Max is going to freak out. We made it back to my porch. Just as expected, a stunned Max turns and slaps his hand to my chest, gripping my shirt. You made out on the porch? He yells, drawing attention from the other groups traipsing across the farm. We casually smile and wave to the visitors. Thankfully, no one from Kringle is around to hear what he said. Dude, can you keep it down for real? I ask. Jeez. I'm sorry, honestly, I'm just surprised. I wasn't expecting you to say that you made out with Story, the girl who a few weeks ago you were hell-bent on putting in her place. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it either, I say honestly as we continue toward the field. But I was out on the porch staring up at the sky, texting you, and she came out with hot cocoa. We talked, and she moved and started kissing me. She moved onto, oh my gosh, nice. So she made the first move? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it wasn't like I was being shy about what I wanted. Look at you, Snow Daddy, taking what he wants. We strolled around the bend that takes us towards the front of the pine grove where many of the trees have already been cut down for the holiday season, but there are still a lot left. I didn't take what I wanted, Jeez, I broke, man. Seeing her in tears, airing my grievances, and then spending time with her, it kind of was like if I didn't kiss her, I was gonna lose my mind. Which is different from you, very different, I say. So what does this mean? Are we still trying to win the Christmas Kringle? Are we still enemies? Are we trying to show her who the king of the town is? I mean, she playfully said at the end of the night that she was still gonna beat me, and I think we don't have to worry about her tampering with our lights again. So a solid competition, but a fair one. That's what I'm assuming, I say. And we have to keep the arguing up in front of her sister because apparently Tehran would get mad if she knew the story and I were friendly. But then there's the town who thinks that we're possibly dating. So we get to be open about our feelings in front of the town, but not in front of Tehran. I don't know. Honestly, this feels really complicated. It feels like reverse fake dating, if you ask me, Max said. And honestly, I'm interested to see how this plays out. Oh, well, I'm glad you're invested. I chuckle, but then I grow serious. This whole thing is making me a little nervous. What, the reverse fake dating thing? Dude, just pretend that you hate her in front of her sister. No, not that, I say, letting myself feel anything for her. Why? You think she's playing you? I pause for a moment, letting that question sink in. Playing me? As in being friendly to throw me off and win the competition? I mean, I don't think so. Not after the conversation we had last night, not after that kiss. No, she wouldn't play me, I think to myself. No, I answer him, but she doesn't live here, and I know she apologized for saying she hates the town and that she doesn't believe it, but it still worries me. What happens when Cindy's better? Does she go back to California with her ficus? She has a ficus? Do you know if it's a fiddle leaf? Really, Max? That's what you're focused on? He smiles bashfully. Sorry, I just love all trees and plants. I know, but can you focus, please? Right. So what happens when she leaves? Well, you could follow her. I shake my head. No, I couldn't. I pause as we stand in front of a tree that's about an inch taller than me. I can't leave Kringle. If you're worried about me, Max says with a smile, I can handle my own. I might cry into my pillow every night knowing my best friend left me for his lady friend, but honestly, I'll survive. Don't be an idiot, I say inside. I can't leave here because it's where I feel my parents the most, and I feel their presence, and I can't leave the house, and it's all I have left of them. Is it, though? Max asks. You have sheets covering furniture so it doesn't collect dust. You still live in the finished attic because it was your teenage bedroom. You don't even open the door to your parents' room, and you haven't unboxed the Christmas decorations in 10 years, not since my mom and I put them away for you. I love you, man, but you haven't really been living. You've been just like shuffling through day to day. I know, I say while tugging on my hair. And I'm trying, like doing this competition, seeing her again. I don't know, it made me feel like maybe I don't have to hide all the time, that I don't need to avoid the holiday. But what if I put myself out there and then she leaves? Valid concern, Max says. And if she does, then we look at it as maybe she was brought here to just get you out of your funk. Maybe you needed that blast from the past to shake you free from the weight that you've been carrying, that weight of your parents passing. Yeah, maybe, I say. Hey, Max grabs my attention away from the tree that I'm pretending to study. Cole, I haven't done you any favors as a best friend when it comes to making sure you move on, and that's why I wanted you to do this Kringle thing. I was all in. Do you really think that I wanted to pant like a dog while you pranced around in lederhosen? I chuckle when he says that. I didn't, but I saw the spark in you that I haven't seen in a really long time, and credit goes to her. So if you like her, don't let this opportunity slip by. Go for it and see where it takes you. Technicalities of the living situations, that can all be worked out later. What can't be worked out is the way you feel about someone. I let out a heavy sigh and I look my friend in the eyes. When did you become so wise? I always have been, he says with a puff of his chest. You're just finally opening your eyes about it. I pull into my driveway with a Christmas tree in the bed of my truck as I spot Tehran and Story in their driveway packing up their car. Suitcases, pillows. Dread fills me immediately. Is she effing leaving? After one kiss, she's just up and leaving? I'm trying to keep calm. I hop out of my truck and I remember the position I need to take. Reverse fake dating. I move around my truck and lean against it and fold my arms and stare over at them. Hey, leaving so soon? What a shame. The sarcasm in my voice is heavy, but the pounding in my heart is making me nearly want to walk up to Story and pull her into my chest so that she can't leave. Not yet. Not when things have just started. Story looks up as she's putting the suitcase in the car. She's about to say something when Tehran steps in and says, I'm taking Aunt Cindy to Golden for a doctor's appointment. Not that you needed to know that, but I don't believe that we're out of this competition. She shuts the trunk of her car and turns towards me. We're totally in it, and Story's been coming up with a candy cane idea that's going to blow your lederhosen right off. She crosses her arm and Story steps up next to her, looking as cute as ever, as she adds, yeah, blow your lederhosen right off. I hold back my smile as I lift off the truck. Doubt it. I saw your candy cane making abilities. Good luck stretching the sugar. You're gonna need it. Don't listen to him, Tehran says to Story. You're gonna kill it. And don't let him mess with your mind while we're gone. You stay strong. Ha! As if he could mess with me. Remember who's in first place? Story says. Girls, Cindy calls from the car. I didn't even notice that she was in there. I was so fixated on the suitcase. If we're going to make it to Idaho Springs for driving break and dinner, we must go. You know I need my breaks. Yeah, hold on the fort here, okay? Tehran says to Story before moving toward the front of the car. I watch Story say goodbye to her aunt, and then she stands in the driveway, bundled up in her jacket, waving to them as Tehran pulls out and drives away. Once they're down Whistler Lane, headed onto Krampus Court, Story turns to me with an evil smile. Oh. What a shame, she asks, walking up to me. You would have been happy to see me go? Well, it would have been easier to be named Christmas Kringle, that's for damn sure. Ah, so you really do see me as a threat. Have you seen our competition? I say as she stands right in front of me now, and it takes everything in me not to bring her into my chest. Oh, I have. I'm specifically waiting to see if Jimmy Short can pull an upset. You might have to keep waiting for that one. She tugs on my flannel. Why is there a tree in your truck? I glance back at the bed of my truck. I don't know. I thought I would put it up in my house. Her brow quirks up. You got a Christmas tree? I did. I answer as tentatively I place my hand on her hip and her smile grows. Do you need help bringing it into the house? I bite down on the corner of my lip. A fruit fly. In our home? Absolutely not. We don't do bugs. Unacceptable. I could probably handle it. Okay, but do you need help decorating it? My skin prickles as I realize I didn't think this all the way through. Max wasn't lying when he said that I haven't really been living in this. They came to get on my fruit. That's right, Sloth, and I'm mad at him about it. That's why we keep the fruit in the fridge, so that they can't touch it. Max wasn't lying when he said that I haven't really been living in that house. There are white sheets draped over most of my furniture. I eat meals up in my room. Nothing has been moved or touched since my parents passed. It's a house frozen in time, and if she came into my house, honestly, she'd see that. So the question is, do I want her to see that? Your face has gone a little white, she says, her hand smoothing up my chest now. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I swallow the lump in my throat. I'm thinking. Okay, do you want to talk it out? I sift my hand through my hair and think about what Max said to me out in the field. Don't let this opportunity slip you by. If you like her, just go for it and see where it takes you. I could do just that. Go all in and see where it takes me. Yes, I would like your help, I say hesitantly, but I need to warn you about my house. She rubs a hand over my heart. Cole, you don't need to warn me about anything. I do. I say, it's preserved. Her expression softens. I get it, Cole. If I'd gone through what you did, I probably would have done the same thing, and there's nothing to be ashamed of if that's what you're feeling. Yeah, a little. People deal with grief in their own way, and if you're really uncomfortable, I don't have to come help, but I would love to hang out. So if you want to come over to Aunt Cindy's, we can hang out there instead. The option's tempting. To not give her a view of my life we've been living for the last 10 years, but to just fall into the comfort of continuing to hide. But that's not what I really want to do. I want more. I can feel it deep within me, this change, the certainty I have surrounding me, telling me that I am ready, that I can do this, that I don't want to lose my courage. So I clear my throat. I would actually like it if you came over. Oh, Are you sure? She asks. Yeah, I'm positive, I reply. Okay. She smiles up at me, her expression's like a warm summer day, pulling me into a tight embrace. Do you want to help me with the tree first? I think you can manage? Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong. Do you want me to help you with the tree first? Do you think you can manage? I ask. I watched you try to stretch sugar, and what an embarrassment that was. And she playfully pokes at me. I can handle a Christmas tree. We'll see. Before I move away, I pull her into a hug and wrap my arms tightly. And I love the feeling of her arms wrapped around me. And I love the contact with another human. I can't remember the last time I actually hugged someone like this. Probably when my parents were still alive. Hey, are you okay? She asks, looking up at me, her chin resting on my chest. Yeah, I answer. I am. Okay. She squeezes me one more time and then moves to the back of my truck, and she takes the tree, feeling the needles on the branches. Aw, this is so soft. It's the Evergreen Farm way, I say as I lower the tailgate. Full, lush pines with soft needles. They've perfected the Christmas tree. It's why people come from many miles around to grab a Christmas tree from them. Yeah, no, I can see why, she says as I tug on the trunk. I'm just surprised you didn't wrap it up. Weren't you afraid you were going to lose needles? I shake my head. Nah, short drive. We tend not to wrap up the trees when we can avoid it. The Maxheimers are all about sustainability, and the netting has been found to be dumped in the ocean. And Max went on a rampage one day, tearing through the farm, telling every single person, including his parents and siblings, that there be no more netting usage. And then he flashed a picture of a seal being strangled in the netting, and honestly, that was that. Oh my God, that is so sad. Yeah, honestly, it was. So now, when people buy their tickets to the farm, there's an email sent with a barcode for their ticket and then a large warning that says in red, if you're planning on buying a tree, bring old sheets or blankets and we'll properly wrap your tree up for you. Honestly, that's a good idea. Max was really proud of it for sure. I tug on the tree until it slides out of the bed of my truck and hold it upward by the trunk. Wow, that's a pretty tall tree, she says, staring up at it. You don't get a Christmas tree for 10 years and then you just go for the biggest one? Oh, this wasn't the biggest one, I say, but it is up there. Darling, she says with a smirk. Now, how do you want to do this? I could really handle the tree all on my own, but knowing she wants to help, I tip the tree down so it's on its side and say, all right, you take the top and I'll grab the base and let's bring it up the porch and then leave it there while we get everything else ready. Okay, that works, she says. And together we lift the tree and haul it down the walkway to my house, up the stairs to the porch, and we slide the tree off to the side and then brush off our hands. Any sap on your hands? I ask her. She flashes me her gloves. Honestly, I wouldn't know. Oh, right. I shake my head. You really put on the gloves just to pack the car? Yeah, it's freezing here. I will never get over it and I will always bundle up because I don't want frostbite. Ridiculous, I say as I move to my front door, nerves inching up my spine. She must notice because she places her hand on my back and says, I'm not going to judge you, Cole. I look over my shoulder and smile softly at her. Thank you, I reply, and then open the door, letting her in the first floor that has gone completely untouched. Hey, Erica, did you get your packages? I hope, or at least one of them. Unseen by anyone besides Max and myself. To the left is the dining room that's covered in white linen, a place where we used to have fancy meals, as Mom used to call them, but it's been vacant for quite some time. I can't remember what it's like to hear silverware clatter against its fine bone china or my father's boisterous laughter as he sipped on his bourbon course meal. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Erica. That's great news. Okay, that's perfect. To the right is the living room with the fireplace and the couch and two wingback chairs where I used to sit and chat with my dad about the upcoming foghorn season. The chairs are covered in sheets. The couch is not, because the couch is where I sit and then I stare at the fireplace. Oh, good, Jen. That's fantastic news, actually. I covered everything up so it wouldn't get dusty or sun damaged since the rays are stronger in this room. You don't need to explain yourself, Story says as she softly takes in the home. She's never been here before. She's only ever been on the porch. She walks over to the fireplace and runs her fingers over the mantle and across the nails where there used to hang stockings. She takes in the pictures one by one, a smile playing on her lips when she sees the one of Dad and me when I was 12. We found a lake on a hike and decided to fish barehanded, and somehow I grabbed one and I'm holding it up in the photo, and Story then walks in front of the most recent picture of Mom and Dad and me when they dropped me off at college, my first and only semester at UC Boulder. That was the last picture we took together, I say, stepping in closer to her. I remember this boy, she whispers. I remember all these versions of you, Cole. She picks up the picture of Bob Krampus and me when I was 14. I remember this haircut. God, I thought you were so cute with this haircut. Thought? I asked, loving that she could make this hard moment feel just so much easier. She looks over her shoulder. Okay, you're still cute, but now you have this like rugged handsomeness thing going on about you. It's actually really unfair to see that you possess it. Rugged handsomeness. I smooth my hand over my jaw. Think it's the beard? She motions over my body. Oh, it's the whole package. And this makes me smirk. She puts the picture back and moves over to another. This one's of Max and me, our arms around one another, standing in front of Ornament Park's Christmas tree. You two really haven't changed, have you? Well, if you look inside the frame, you'll see that we have indeed changed. What do you mean? She asks. My mom took a picture of us in front of Ornament Park's tree every year. And this is the one from the time we were 17 because she never got the chance to print the one from when we were 18. But she kept all the pictures in the same frame. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet, she says, and then she turns to me. Do you look at these pictures often? No, not so much anymore. When I first lost my parents, yeah, I'd mindlessly sit on the couch for hours and stare at them. It's why the only piece of furniture not draped in cloth is the couch. I would numbingly sit here and do nothing. It wasn't until Max offered me a job at the farm that I started leaving the house, and for a while there, all I had were the people in town coming in and out and offering me support. Since I was 18, I was technically an adult, and my parents had a hefty life insurance policy, so I didn't need to work if I didn't want to. And well, at the time, I couldn't really fathom leaving, but then the Maxheimers couldn't take me being alone all the time, so they took me in as one of their own, kinda. That makes me love Atlas even more. I raise an eyebrow at her. You love Atlas? She rolls her eyes. Not like that, but I'm glad he was there for you. Was Aunt Cindy ever helpful? Yeah, I replied. She had me over for dinner once a month. It was only once a month because that's all I would allow. I think if she had it her way, we would have had it once a week. But yeah, those dinners fizzled out once the feeling inside of me started to return again. It's why I always helped her with her lights and why I shovel for her. You shovel for her? I nod. Yeah, I wanted to make sure she's safe. I know it's not easy for her to shovel, so I just do it when I do mine. Honestly, it's not a big deal. She never said anything about that, Story said, looking confused. Yeah, probably because I was adamant about her not talking to you about me. Yeah, I guess she kept that promise, she says, her lips twisted to the side. I wish she didn't keep it, though. No, it's fine, I say. And she takes my hand in hers, entwining our fingers, and then presses a soft kiss to my knuckles. What do you want me to help you with, Cole? I'm here to help you with anything you need. Honestly, anything you want. I glance around the room, taking in the emptiness of it all. My mom would have hated looking at this place now. She would be upset with me and how I've blocked out the season and how I've set it aside when, as a family, this was the time of year that brought us the closest together. The joy, the traditions, the togetherness. And on a whim, I say, will you help me decorate for Christmas? Chapter 21. Dun dun dun. Poor Cole, he's dealing with a lot. Literally. I know we've been making a lot of fun of him through the beginning chapters, but he's dealing with a lot here. For someone who hated Christmas and hated Christmas a lot, his strict position on the holiday he conveniently forgot. Stockings, baubles, bright garlands and cheer, wreaths, bells, and even a cranberry beer. They're hanging it all, and all the while their pulse is thrumming, because surely tonight, without a doubt, they'll be coming. This book is called How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. Yes, family trauma, big time. Yeah. All right, this chapter is from Story's perspective. Cole's quietly unwrapping some dishes by the Christmas tree while I open a plastic bin marked Christmas Linens. We've spent the evening bringing up Christmas decorations from the basement, starting with the Christmas tree stand, and then we set up the tree. And afterwards, Cole wrapped his arms around me, staring at it for a few minutes, and I asked him if it's okay to turn on some music, and he of course said it was fine. I set the tone with one of my favorite Spotify Christmas playlists. We then wrapped garland around the tree, decorating it while he told me about the different ornaments, how there are misfit ornaments, broken pieces, missing elements. His dad always hated those, but his mom loved them, so they spend the whole season moving them on the tree from the front to the back. We divided them up and put half in the front and half in the back for both of them, even though Cole was always on his mom's side. The look on his face when he was hanging them nearly made me cry. I could see the love, but also the heartache at the same time, and then I helped him with a star on top of the tree, and when we plugged it in, well, It was a beautiful sight. After that, we ordered pizza and ate it while staring up at the tree. And now we're trying to decorate the rest of the living room. Cole didn't want to go overboard. He said that the living room was fine, but I did tell him that he should pull out some of his mom's holiday dishes so he could enjoy eating off of them leading up to Christmas. He thought that that was a good idea, and he kissed me on the forehead and then went to the basement to find the bin. When Tehran told me earlier today that she needed to take Aunt Cindy to Golden and that it was going to be an overnight, my immediate thought was, how can I spend that time with Cole while they're gone? And even though Tehran asked me to hang some lights, even though she told me I should be working on my sewing skills so that I have to make a stocking, I pushed all that to the side because yes, it's important to represent Aunt Cindy, but helping Cole and being there for him, honestly, I think that's so much more important. And after last night, when he opened up, I felt like spending more time with him was essential so he wouldn't be alone. My heart was still breaking for the 18-year-old boy who lost his parents on the cusp of becoming a man, and he never deserved to become grumpy. I had some selfish motivations too. I was with him because I wanted to be with him. Hey, do you want me to set out any of these linens? I ask as I sift through the dollies and table runners. There's one in particular that my mom would put on the coffee table, he says as he unwraps a green candy dish and smiles down on it. This was coming from the man who wasn't into anything Christmas. A candy dish is making him smile. Okay, what does it look like? He walks over to me and helps look through the linens. It's red, and it has a reindeer along the border, and it sort of looks, oh wait, here it is. And he hands me the candy dish, and he holds up the runner. It looks like a Christmas sweater. Oh yeah. I take in the red and white runner that is the perfect size for a coffee table with cross-stitched images of holly leaves, trees, reindeer. It really does look like it belongs on a Christmas sweater. I love it so much, he says as he closes up the linens bin and then carefully sets the runner on the coffee table. Wait, wasn't there a tree skirt in there as well? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, that was her. Wasn't there a tree skirt in there as well? Oh, yeah, you're right. He checks through the bin again and sets the candy dish on the coffee table. You need peppermints for your candy dish, like those little puffy pastel ones? Those are really good. They'll be gone in a day. He pulls out a quilted tree skirt made of vintage fabric, shades of red, green, and white. Tiny candy canes, toy trains, presents, and Santas are strewn across the fabric, and it's truly the sweetest thing I've ever seen. It reminds me of something that Aunt Cindy would have. All of his Christmas decorations do remind me of that, which just makes it feel even more homey, more in the spirit. I am so stupid, I say, surprising him, and he turns his eye on me. Care to explain that comment? Because I don't agree. I should have come back way sooner, and not just because of you, because of the joy that I get during this time. I was so bitter and so upset with what happened with Mrs. Fiskars and how I was treated after that, and I just shut down, and I spent my Christmases away from the one true thing that brought me joy during the season. And going through all these decorations with you and helping with the tree, it's just a reminder of everything I've been missing out on. His scowl softens and he comes up to me and pulls me into his chest, and I wrap my arms around his waist and press my cheek against the soft fabric of his shirt. I know what you mean. Going through all of this, I thought it would hurt more. I thought that it would be far too painful. I don't know, it just makes me feel closer to them, like I'm honoring them by putting these decorations out and letting the memories fly. Yeah, you are for sure honoring them, I say, giving him a squeeze before letting go. Okay, is this all you wanted to do? Yeah, it is. He says, I'll stack this box with the rest of the ones by the stairs. I can take them down tomorrow. Are you sure? I ask, because I can help you. He shakes his head. No, that's okay. I'd rather spend time with you. Plus, I have dessert. You have dessert? I asked, surprised. Yeah, I got it earlier today in hopes of luring you outside onto the porch to sit with me. But since you're already here, we could have it in front of the fireplace. You wouldn't have to lure me in here with dessert, I say as he carries the last bin over to the stairs. Are you saying I'm prize enough? I chuckle. I don't want to because I think it might get to your head, but yes, you are prize enough, Cole. He offers me the sweetest grin before taking my hand and bringing me back to the kitchen, and he takes the 2 of the crystal cup mugs that we'd unpacked and rinses them in the sink and then dries them with a towel. So how can I help? Well, you could just stand there and look pretty. I'm not sure how productive that is, I say, but if I must, I sigh and bat my eyelashes at him dramatically. He chuckles. Not sure I like how good you are at that. You're the one who said that you wanted me to do this. And he goes to the fridge where he pulls out a beer and holds it up. I have like cranberry beer or I have eggnog. Oh, eggnog, I answer. Eggnog it is. He replies and grabs the carton and pours some into the 2 cups. Is this your eggnog war recipe? I ask, and he shakes his head. No, just regular. Sorry about that. No, it's fine. Regular works. I still think I should have won that competition. The only reason you won is because you used decrepit old Aunt Cindy to your advantage. Ooh, I'm gonna tell her that you called her decrepit. I tease. Go ahead. And while you're at it, you tell her that you made out with me last night and that our tongues touched. I don't know why that makes me snort, but it does. Oh my God, I would never say that to Aunt Cindy. Is it because you're ashamed of me? He asked playfully. No, I drag out. It's because I don't say things to her like my tongue touched a man's tongue. I don't even think she knows I've had beef, but fairly sure she still believes in her heart of hearts that I am a buttoned up virgin. Even after not seeing you for 10 years, I could tell that you were not buttoned up. Are you saying I'm giving off a ho-ho-ho vibe? I mean, you did make out with the enemy under the mistletoe. I point my finger at him. That was a peck, and I didn't have a choice, and you know it. I think it was a little more than a peck. Because you made it more than a peck. You're the one who opened your mouth. I see it differently, he replies, just as he moves to the pantry and pulls out a cookie tin. Not just any cookie tin, but the cookie tin. The cookie tin that Baubles and Wrappings is known for carrying. The cookie tin that I used to secretly buy for myself and hide under my pillow, swearing to Tehran that I had no clue what she was talking about when she saw crumbs all over my bed. Are we getting back to the kiss in a second? But like, please tell me there are cookies in that tin and not just some sort of secret stash of sewing materials. He chuckles. I wouldn't trick you like that. And then he pops open the tin, revealing the most delicious cookies, shortbread filled with artificial jam and topped with sugar crystals. I press my hand to my chest. You amazing, amazing man. He winks at me and shuts the lid. That's the kind of praise I like to hear. Now, tell me about this kiss again and how you think I was the one who made it more than a peck. I pick up the cups of eggnog and follow him out to the living room, and he sets the cookies on the coffee table and then spreads out the blanket on the floor. I join him and hand him one of the cups as we sit on the floor in front of the roaring fireplace. You made it more of a peck because you opened your mouth, which is classifying as deepening the kiss. According to whom? Everyone? Great defense, he laughs. Well, I opened my mouth because you moaned. Oh my God, I did not moan. I scoop my legs underneath me and I lean one hand in as I stare at the flames bouncing off his carved face. You did. People were talking about it the next day. It was the moan heard around town. Stop, I say with a laugh. That did not happen. No, it didn't happen. But maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe I imagined it and that's why I opened my mouth. Aha, so you admit that you opened your mouth. I mean, yeah, but you were the one who climbed onto my lap last night, and what I did was for show. What you did was for, like, your satisfaction. Please, that kiss under the mistletoe was not just for show, or else you wouldn't have opened your mouth, and I climbed onto your lap last night because you didn't kiss me in front of the truck after we got home from Clayton. He opens the tin of cookies and sets them between us, and we both reach for a cookie at the same time, and he playfully swats my hand away. Hey! He chuckles and hands me one, and after he takes a bite, I say, in all honesty, I was nervous in the truck. Oh, sorry, this is him. In all honesty, I was nervous in the truck, sort of reeling after what happened, stunned that, well, we were just like getting along. I was also hoping that you wanted to kiss me, but it felt like you blew me off, so yeah. Wait, I read this wrong. I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes this book gets confusing with the like who's talking thing. Because, okay. Wait, no, he did say that. In all honesty, I was nervous in the truck, sort of reeling after what happened and stunned that we were getting along. He did say that. Okay, I'm sorry. I was right. Boop, boop. Yeah, that was self-preservation, I say. I was nervous about my feelings and sort of waiting for any indication from you that maybe you did want more, and I didn't get an indication, so I just kind of brushed everything off as casual. Oh, I see, he says, sticking the rest of the cookie in his mouth. Honestly, I'm surprised that he took a bite of it in the first place. I would have expected him to just pop the whole thing in his mouth. Maybe he likes to savor them the same way that I do. And what kind of sign were you looking for? I shrug. Oh, you know, some body language, some leaning in, anything to let me know that you weren't disgusted by me. Jesus, he mutters. I did not give off disgusted vibes. I smirk at him. Actually, well, you didn't. But still, there wasn't much of a come hither vibe either. You weren't giving off that vibe either, not until last night when you sat on my lap. Well, someone has to take action around here, I reply. What about me opening my mouth under the mistletoe? He asks. Oh, so now you want to take credit for moving us along? And he chuckles. When the time is right, yeah, I do. You're absurd. The mood is right. The fire is blazing. Will he take her lips like he's been desperately craving? Cole Connor Snow Daddy. Which man will it be? Guess we should just sit back and we'll wait
and we'll see. Cole. That was an unnecessary addition in the middle of this scene. Narrator. Not sure you should be criticizing me when I've set the mood for you. I have no problem giving you a Willy Wonka and sending you on your way. I'm just saying, the Cole Connor Snow Daddy thing makes no sense. I don't really see how they differ. Narrator. Cole is regular you, Connor is the forgotten man, and Snow Daddy is the one with the pelvic thrust that made her, you know. Do you not remember chapter 12? I'm still trying to figure out where the hell you're coming from. Narrator. It will be to your benefit to mind your own business. Now, I believe I was setting the mood. The logs from the fire have turned to embers, and the lights from the Christmas tree are just dim enough to cast a hazy glow across the living room, and the scent of freshly chopped pine fills the air. Story has leaned into me as we stare at the embers, and I feel this sense of amazing comfort. If you would have said a couple weeks ago that I would find comfort in decorating a Christmas tree, I would have told you you were insane. But now that I put some things out there, I feel like at home. It's funny to say this since this is my home, but it definitely feels right. And yes, I only decorated the living room and minimally at that, but it's baby steps and they're important because it's created a sense of joy, of peace, like this weight that I've been carrying around has finally been lifted and I can see the other side of the tunnel. It really comes down to the fact that Story's here. One of my childhood friends, back just at the right time, and perhaps only for a season, like literally. So what's your favorite Love Mark movie? I ask her. Ooh, tough question. She shifts and I wrap my arm around her, resting my palm on her hip. There's so many good ones and honestly some really terrible ones. I chuckle at that. Okay, some okay ones. But if I have to pick, there's this series that was filmed in a town called Port Snow up in Maine, and they revolve around some real-life love stories in town. The casting was great, and the storyline was wonderful, and because I was editing it, I was lucky enough to fly out there, and at one point when they got to filming the third movie in the series, I got to experience the town itself. I went to its fudge shop called Lobster Landing, and well, honestly, it was just really nice. Nicer than here? I asked. No, a different vibe. Port Snow is like a coastal town, whereas this is a mountain town that spends every day living in Santa's underpants. Santa's underpants? I laugh out loud. Well, dang, if we're living in Bob Krampus's tidy whities, you can bet your pretty face I would not still be living here. Oh, you wouldn't? She asked. You wouldn't want to jingle his bells? Jesus, no! I shout, making her laugh, and I honestly feel sick to my stomach even thinking about that. Poor Bob Krampus. I lift away from her and look her in the eye. Poor Bob Krampus? No, poor us. Who knows what kind of sweating, chafing, and honestly, moisture collecting is happening down there. Ew, please don't say moisture collecting. You're the one who brought it up. You didn't have to say Santa's underwear. That was the only thing that I could think of in the moment. That's disturbing, I say as I decide to recline on the carpet and give my back a rest. To my surprise, she leans across my stomach and stares down at me. What do you think you're doing? I ask her. I'm getting comfortable, she replies, and then she smooths her hand up my chest. It seems like you enjoy getting comfortable and using my body for that. Oh, trust me, Cole, if I were using your body, you would know it. I chuckle and tuck a strand of hair behind her ear, and I stare up at her. Why didn't we cross this line before? What line? She asks. The like intimate one. I feel like whenever you would visit, we would just have a conversation here and there, one night out on the porch. It wasn't ever anything more than that. I don't know, she says. Maybe because at the time that's all it could ever be. What do you think it is now? I ask her as her hand floats up to the buttons on my flannel shirt and she runs circles around them as she meets my eyes. I'm not sure, but I'm not scared to find out. No? I ask as she starts to unbutton my shirt. She shakes her head. No. And then just like the night before, she straddles my lap and finishes unbuttoning my shirt, revealing a white undershirt, and she pouts in disappointment. So I sit up, remove the flannel, and pull the shirt up over my head, and her eyes feast. They wander, trailing over my pecs and down my short, trim chest hair, rubbing across my ribs and down my abs. Her teeth pull over her bottom lip as she brings her hand to my stomach and then slides them down my chest, lower into my body. And she presses light kisses along my collarbone and up my neck, across my jaw, and when she reaches my mouth, she hovers. Not sure if she's waiting for a sign from me. Hell, my shirt's already off. But not wanting her to second guess anything, I slide my hand to the back of her head and I pull her in that inch closer, letting her mouth press against mine. And it's heaven. It's heaven under the mistletoe. It was heaven out on the porch, and it's heaven now. I love her lips and her mouth, and the way that she tastes, and the way that she holds me, and the way that she lightly gasps whenever our tongues touch. It's kind of addicting, and everything I ever envisioned about kissing her. Boop, 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 get a little closer. So I smooth a hand down her back, curves, let the palm of boop, 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 my palm, boop, boop, boop. Something I could get very used to gripping. And boop, boop, boop. Her hungry eyes meet mine as she brings both of her hands to the hem of her long sleeve shirt. Boop, boop, boop. Red bra. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Immediately, her hands find my hair while they beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop. Taking the lead, she beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. I'm trying to find the candy cane stuff for you guys. In the warmth of the fire next to us is elevating the heat between us, and her hand starts to roam over my pecs, and her fingernails drag down my chesticles, and then stomach, and beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Aware. Wanting so desperately for more, I reach to her back and let my hand wand over the clasp, you know? I snap the clasps open, and the fabric loosens and falls. Beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Jesus Christ, you're effing beautiful. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop 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 beep boop beep 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 boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop 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 boop. All the clothes are gone. I've been trying to give you the words that are not bad. Rub my hands back up her legs. Beep beep boop beep boop beep. Thumbs dragging over things. Beep boop beep boop boop. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Belly button. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop 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 beep. Where's the candy cane? Hold on. DuckTales, beep boop. Hold on. Beep boop beep boop beep beep boop boop. Oh, she says some things. Stupid pride surges through me as I beep boop beep boop boop. And so does she. It beep boop beep boop boop. It beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop boop. How her mouth opens in shock with every pass of her hips. How beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Beep boop beep boop boop, she says as her hand bows like a goddamn dream. Beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop boop. Unadulterated reaction as she tilts her head back. Beep boop beep boop boop. You're so beep boop beep boop beep boop boop, I say. Her teeth pull on her lip and her fingers dig into my skin. Her beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. I boop beep boop Cole, this beep boop beep boop boop. The muscles in her neck are straining and her mouth falls open, silence capturing her for a long fall past her lips. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Loathing, unadulterated loathing. Her head flies forward and her fingers dig into my skin. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. Beep boop beep boop boop. It's perfect. Beep boop beep boop bouncing. Beep boop beep boop 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 boop. I need to screenshot it for you guys. I'm still trying to find the candy canes. We haven't gotten there yet. Cheeks flushed, eyes heady, skin red and sweaty. She's so hot. And the tension between us, this buildup, it's all coming crashing down. And beep boop beep boop beep beep boop beep boop beep beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. I beep boop beep boop boop, keeping eyes on her the entire time, pulse racing up my spine. A beep boop beep boop beep boop beep down my legs. I'm beep boop beep boop beep beep boop beep boop beep ever. Shit, I mutter as my stomach starts to clench. A beep boop beep boop beep beep boop beep boop boop. Beep 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 boop boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop boop beep boop boop beep boop 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 beep. I drape my arm over my face and breathe heavily as I try to bring my body back down from the high, and that was incredible. I wasn't beep boop beep boop boop. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop 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 boop. What the hell? Where's the candy cane? The chapter just ended. I thought there was this whole thing about. I've been misled by social media. Okay, well maybe tomorrow there's a candy cane. This is 2 days in a row now where we expected beep boops with a candy cane and they have not come about. So Megan Quinn needs to answer for her. Maybe it has to be a different scene, but I thought it was the other. I don't know. Maybe it's at the candy cane making competition. Who knows? But it wasn't there. I just read through that whole scene and it was not there. Anyway. Sorry that was a short chapter for you all, but you know we can't read it here on TikTok. But if someone reminds me, I will take pictures of the chapters and post them. Okay.
what I was going to say was Roxy did make a suggestion of one Hanukkah rom-com. If anyone else sees any other Hanukkah rom-coms, let's get a couple to debate. Yeah, maybe, Nikki. I would like, we're about, we're about 50, like 60% done with this book. So if we could pick a Hanukkah rom-com on the sooner side. And then I just want to check with you guys. We talked about this before, but we basically said, after these, like starting in January, or it might even be sooner than that based on how fast this is going, that we were going to reread the Princess Diaries series, or for the first time for some people, reread for some of us, specifically because we wanted something nostalgic, and we also wanted something that if I go into labor and we have to pause, it's okay, you know what I mean? And we won't be like, people won't be upset. So does everyone still feel good about if I go to the library and get, when you see Ellen, you guys can do Wicked videos. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to see her till after the baby's born, but yes, always. But I think the Princess Diaries is like a fun, lighthearted thing that we can do. It's a very sweet, relatable story that, like, if you haven't read it, it's worth. Can you guys guest readers? Sure, why not? I'm still going to do book club during maternity leave. So like book club isn't going away for February. It'll be gone obviously when I'm like in the hospital and stuff, but this baby loves to be read to. Pretty much the only time of the day that she doesn't kick is when I'm doing book club, because I think she just likes being read to. So I'll just strap her to me and we'll read books. Depending on her schedule, the time might change a little, but we're still going to do it. Hi, Ella. And so I just wanted to make sure everyone was still on the Princess Diaries train. A lot of those books are really fast reads, so we can probably get through a good chunk of them. And then once I get really settled with the baby, we can pick like another book, like a, you know, solid, you know, that feels right, right? We also, the Once and Future Witches, which I still want to read because it still sounds like a freaking phenomenal book for us, hasn't come up on my library thing yet, but it will come up and we can still read it. Just as a reminder to anyone who doesn't know, that's the book about like the witches that infiltrate the suffragette movement. And I think that sounds stupidly cool. So I still want to read that. Our baby is a girl, yes. And so I'll just strap her to me and we'll read stuff. You'll just see the back of her head, little baby strapped into mama. So anyway, that's the whole kit and caboodle. It'll be like 25 more weeks for the book. I think I'm like, I don't know how many weeks away I am. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Naisa. But I've had it on hold since like September. I don't know. Or I've been on the list for it since then. Anyway, if anyone sees any Hanukkah book recommendations, please put them in the chat. What inspired you to make a book? You know what? I've been writing stories since I was a little kid. I've always wanted to write a book. It's just been in me my whole life. So yeah, it's so cold in my office. I brought a heated blanket. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Hanukkah book, and then we'll read the Princess Diaries, and I think that will feel really homey and nostalgic for a lot of us. I did write a book. It's called The Prince of Oregon. Everyone should gift it to everyone they know for Christmas, or Hanukkah, or whatever you feel like. Okay, anyway, I will see you later. Tonight at 4:30 is Roll for Slime After Dark. The link is already up if you want to test if it works for you. I've never read The Princess Diaries. It's so good. It's sweet. Obviously, it's a YA book, but like sometimes we love those, right? You know? And there's a lot in the series, and it's a lot of fun, and the characters are fun. Yes, so the live tonight is locked live for Patreon only because it is after dark. It will be at 4:30. Me too, Sophie, me too. I already made my friends buy it for book club. Yeah, honestly, why not? Why not? It's a great series. I'm gonna get it from the library so I can read it off the Kindle for us so we can keep track of that stuff, because I don't have, like, I don't want to use like my good ones that are signed, you know? So I'm just gonna download it from the library. It's not a big deal. That's kind of it. So I'll see you all at 4:30 p.m. Always 4:30 p.m. Does Grab Bag get access to Roll for Slime? Yes, the link is already up, Whitney. You should be able to see it currently. So that is available to all. And what else? I think that's it. A lot of people's Slime of the Months are mailing out today. I packaged a lot of those Grinch Miss Punches last night. That's kind of it. It's kind of the whole kit and caboodle. So I will see you all at 4:30. I hope you have a great day until then. And Maybe tomorrow's the candy canes. Who knows?